Put your hands together for the one, the only, Geoffrey Neill.
Le fait tic-tac, tic-tic, les oiseaux du lac pic-pac, pic-pic, glou, 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 font tous les dindons, et la jolie cloche ding-ding-dong, mais boum, quand notre cœur fait boum, tout avec lui.
Welcome to Table Comedy. Good to see you guys. Good. Thank you for coming. It's good. It's good. It's good to be back. We're back. We're back. I lived in Europe for 3 months. I know. Come on, give it up. Because well, you know, and I know how that sounds. Like it's you know, it sounds like a good idea, right? So that's what it was. It was a good idea. Because, you know, I mean, because it's really, wherever you live, like, it's however cool you make it. It's however cool you are. And, like, when you're traveling, like, the ideal is to be, like, the guy who writes the books, the photo dude, you know? Like, because when he goes into a bar, you know, a pub in like some sort of Swiss Alp somewhere, you know, he like goes into a bar and like, you know, makes 75 new friends. And like when I go into a bar, I drink. That's how cool. And you know, and like photo dude, when he like hears a new language, he's like, whoa, what an opportunity. Like, you know, I have a new way to express myself. And, you know, when I hear a new language, I freeze. Like, I was in Paris. Give it up for Paris. And, I was in Paris, and I realized that, like, I had about, like, an 18-second delay on wanting to say hello. Like, somebody's talking to me, and I'm just like, bonjour. And yeah, Paris. It's like it's spectacular. It really is. It's spectacular. It's like a spectacular, like, test of patience is what it is. It's just because you wait for everything. You just, like, if you want to go see art, you know, it's like 2 hours later. You know, if you want to walk to the end of the block, it's like 2 hours later. You want to go to McDonald's, it's, you know, 2 hours. And then, I mean, you're just like, I just want the ketchup. And, yeah, and I did go to McDonald's in Paris. And yes, you are better than me. But yeah, you're just impacted by like just immensity, you know, because everything was huge there, and it's like a weird, like, you know, funky language, and you know, a lot of pride. Like, Paris is pretty much like Europe's Texas. That's what it is. And they, you know, and you're impacted by this stuff. Like, you like, there's so much art, and I was like, just impacted by like these golden statues. You know, you go underneath them. It takes 2 hours, and they like, and by being a part of all of that art, and I was like, I started realizing like the difference between like the good ones and like the mediocre like sculptors. Because like the good one, like the mediocre ones, you know, you would go under them and all you'd see is just golden ball sack right there, and you're like thanking Rodin for that like curvature of the cloth. You know, it just gives your imagination some ideas. You know, because nobody needs to be, you know, 2 hours underneath that much golden tape. So, yeah, some people, they told me, this is how you do Paris. This is how you do Paris. You go and you buy the bread, and you get some wine, and you sit, and you eat the bread and you drink the wine. And I was like, I think that's right. Like, I think that's right, because like nothing dissipates waiting and being frustrated like being drunk and carbo-loaded. And so we got the opportunity to go all these places. We went to like London, Paris, Switzerland and Greece. And it was, it was so wild because like, I'd hear all of these languages and all of these accents. And the only thing that I was thinking is like, oh man, you sound like such a cliche. And I was thinking like, when the Europeans come here, I am that cliche. Like they like wake up and they're like, oh, what did you do this morning? Well, I think I went to Starbucks. And they're like, yes. Oh, well, it's fall. What are you going to do this weekend? Well, I think I'm going to go to a pumpkin patch on a farm. They're like, yes. And because the Greeks, they have the food and the lyre, or the French, they have like snails and the accordion, and we have like Taylor Swift and the McNugget. And and I'm okay being the cliche. Like, I am ready to be the Portland cliche. Like, I'm ready to sip my coffee and recycle. Like, I'm ready to go to brunch and like talk about my son Aiden. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a son, but like, if I did, it would be a Portland name like Aiden. So like, this is kind of the breakdown. I like, you get to see all this stuff, and I'm bringing it to you guys. This is how it works. It's like, as you go south in Europe, there's just more tomato. That's how it works. And maybe the cheese is a little more loose. So we were in the Netherlands for 3 months, and give it up for the Netherlands. We never get given it up for, so it's good that we're doing that for them. So like, and they're super skinny, super fit. It's amazing. Like, you could probably tell that I was there. Because they bike everywhere. Yes. They bike everywhere, and I didn't have a bike, so that's what happened. But what's wild is they have this like diet, and you're just like amazed by this diet. I'll give you like the breakdown of the diet. It goes like this. It's like bread, cheese. That's it. That's all they eat. It's crazy. It's like, and if you go to their grocery store, that's all they eat. That's all they eat. And I'm not necessarily a healthy person, but after 3 months, I'm thinking maybe it's time for a vegetable. Just one. And I get it. Their bread and cheese is amazing. It's great. But it's not I'm only going to eat that for 3 months great, right? So my daughter, she also was there with us, and she got a little bit bored, so she became a YouTube star. And I'm like, how did you do that? She's like, it's really easy. All you do is you open toys and eat crap food. And maybe somebody barfs at some point. I'm like, oh, and so now she has 1 million followers. So apparently that's how it works. Okay, so I'm going to leave you guys with this idea. British tea is awesome. That's it. Okay. So not the tea itself, like anything named Earl Grey can't be awesome, but the idea of tea, or the thing of tea, the high tea, That is awesome. And I was a little bit skeptical initially. I was like, this is going to be hoity-toity, this is going to be too expensive, and afterwards I'll have to go to McDonald's because I'll be hungry. You know. And yes, in London, I did go to McDonald's. And yes, you're still better than me. But I was, you know, okay, so it was expensive. It, you know, it was like Valentine's Day pricing, you know, it was like that. But, all you can eat. Yeah, all you can eat. Like, I didn't realize that, like, you know, high tea was the King's Buffet of London. And, I mean, you don't even know, like, do you know how many cucumber sandwiches you can eat in, like, one sitting? 17. All right, you guys, are you ready? Are you ready to keep it going?
Yes.
All right, keep it going then.